Hey, what it do? Make that like button blue. Sub if you new. Hey, what it do? Make that like button blue. Sub if you new.
Hello, salutations. What it do? Start the gamer off father Durag Nation. No Bob, subscribe. Let's get it. Happy Monday, Durag Nation. We are back. Going to be a busy week. A lot going on. And I was like, you know what? All I'm kind of doing right now is just checking my phone to see when PlayStation is going to make the state of play announcement, because if it's the same as last year, then they're announcing it either today or tomorrow. I'm like, well, I could just do that live. I'm just going to be doing that. So we're here. What's up, Shaquille? What's up? What's up, UC? What's up, Echo? Super Patrick in the building. What's up, Tech? Donnie. What's up, Red Hood? Travis. User in. Looks like Silent Hill F is going to be a love it or hate it. No middle ground. Yeah, that's valid. So focus. Chilling. What's up, Clandry? We are waiting for the official state of play announcement. I've been basically checking every hour. Usually Sony announces at the top of the hour. If you haven't been keeping up with the news videos, you know, YouTube has been funny for a lot of people lately. Their last month, I know a lot of you saw that one. Jeff Grubb said that he found out that there would be a state of play at the end of September, and that's pretty much all he knew about it. Then Tom Henderson announced that him and Insider Gaming had got some info about not only there being a state of play, but they said the Wolverine trailer was done and ready to be presented, and their sources were saying that they were going to present them at the state of play. Nate the Hate also said the state of play is this week. And I saw earlier a 4chan leak claimed to have some of the games that were being shown off, but it's 4chan, probably BS. The leak was just pretty much what everyone already was talking about as potentially being there, so nothing really to note there. What's up, Singular Meatball? We are live on the Twitch side as well. You blame Wolverine after finishing Mark Guggenheim comic. Yeah, that Blade, I'm really interested to see the first look at that Blade gameplay, which probably isn't going to be until next year, but we're getting close. What's up, Phoenix, Crimson? Marvel's Wolverine, please, sir. Yeah, so state of plays are announced like either a day in advance or 2 days in advance, usually. And the expected date of the state of play is September 24th. That's the date they had last year. So it's either, so if that's the case, then they're either going to announce the state of play today or tomorrow. I don't think if it's a state of play, I don't think it's going to be 60 minutes. I mean, that's a showcase. State of plays cap out at like 40 minutes at like the high end. Speaking of DC, you see James Gunn, he just tweeted out a photo of the Man of Tomorrow script. And I guess he's confirming, he may have confirmed that the main villain of Man of Tomorrow was Brainiac, which will make Jay Shockblast pretty happy. If you know Jay Shockblast, you know, you get the joke. That man hates Brainiac. Only thing that first party games, Man Tomorrow, Super Mid. We all know you love Superman, Travis. But yeah, Sony usually announces state of plays relatively early, but they have been known to announce them in the afternoon. So I'm just gonna hang out a bit until they announce it, or until I'm sure that they're not going to announce it. If they announce it, we'll check it out real quick, and then I'll then I'll end and go make a video summarizing everything. Otherwise, I'll just hang out until I don't think they're going to have one, and then we'll tap in tomorrow. I won't do a waiting room stream tomorrow because that's probably be when they make the announcement. Man, tomorrow's gonna be peak Supergirl 2. Exactly. Shout out to India. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm really interested in Supergirl. I think that's gonna be good. The Woman of Tomorrow adaptation, but this time they're not leaving Lobo out of it like the original comics did because of the editors. So I'm really interested to see Jason Momoa playing the role he was born to as Lobo. Well, I'm not gonna bet you it's gonna. I mean, you can't really bet if it's gonna be peak or not. That's like a matter of opinion. But yeah, Travis is looking to do another bet. Like he caught Gabe. Thoughts on Sasha Call being Livewire? The actress that was the Zack Snyder Supergirl. Yeah, she could pull off Livewire. I thought she was good as Supergirl as well, but she definitely looks more like Livewire. Might be playing Chris as well. That would be interesting. I think he could pull it off. We're waiting for the official state of play announcement. The insiders are saying it's this week, and if it's the same as last year, it'll be the 24th. And we're just waiting for the official announcement. According to Insider Gaming, Wolverine is supposed to be pretty much the main thing at the end. Grubb said he also heard Wolverine. I would be surprised if we got Venom and Wolverine, because it's not going to be a showcase. It's going to be a state of play. Part of what's up no cap, part of Undefeated with part of 2026. I have no idea. I know the only thing I know for sure about 2026 release windows is that everybody is going to be avoiding GTA 6. like they're going to give GTA 6 a wide berth. So everyone's either going to try to release early 2026, which is that January through March window, or they're going to release like later in 2026, like your September through December, because GTA 6 is supposed to launch in May, assuming it doesn't get pushed back, end of May. So people are just gonna stay well clear of that entire like window. They don't want any parts of it. They're gonna give GTA 6 at least a couple months of space. What's up, Liam? Yeah, Venom is expected to launch in 2027. Yeah, it is a Miles Morales. It's supposed to be a smaller game. They do obviously have a lot of assets already pre-made because they put Venom in Spider-Man 2, and they cut a bunch of Venom content from Spider-Man 2 as well. So they should be able to meet that window. New Hogwarts Legacy 2. That's going to be definitely going to be a couple years. Have I heard playtesters? Yeah, I made a video about the playtester thing. Yeah, they said it's a masterpiece. What's up, Gabe? Welcome. Travis was just bragging about getting paid by you. Yeah, I think Wolverine. Obviously, that's the big expectation. Wolverine as the final game. I think we could see the new God of War game, the Metroidvania one, not God of War Egypt, which Egypt apparently it is the next one. but there's a God of War Metroidvania style game, like a Silk Song style game, coming out next year. So we probably see that at the State of Play or the Game Awards. Wolverine's not confirmed. These were leaks. The intel comes from Insider Gaming. Their source said the Wolverine trailer is done, like actually done, and they're saying it's most likely going to be at the State of Play, but it could be at the Game Awards. But they confirmed that there is a new trailer that is actually done for Wolverine. Horizon Online, also that, yeah, Horizon. Yeah, Sony has a couple things. So they're supposed to have Marathon's supposed to have something. They said they're going to do something new in the fall. We know that the Tokyo Game Show is going to have Ghost of Yotei, Astrobot, and Tokon Fighting Souls. So all three of those are probably going to be at the State of Play. There's the God of War Metroidvania that's supposed to be launching next year. Saros, we got the world premiere trailer earlier this year. That's supposed to be coming out in 2026, so maybe we get some gameplay on that. Phantom Blade Zero, still waiting for that. Today, State of Play? No, not at all. We're just waiting for the announcement. This is the announcement stream that we're waiting for. No more intoxicated bets. Facts. WIP. We're waiting for the official announcement. I'm betting that it's going to be the 24th again, like it was last year, like as a lead into the Tokyo Game Show. I'm thinking it's going to be Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. 24th, 5 or 6 p.m. is usually when they have them at, and they usually announce them either the day before or 2 days before. So announcement should be, if it's the 24th, the announcement should be today or tomorrow. Venom game, no, not at all. I don't think there's any chance of Venom coming out next year. The latest I've heard in terms of leaks is that Venom is targeting 2027. Wolverine is officially the next game Insomniac is releasing. That is the game most of the studio has been working on. That's the game they've been focusing on. There's no chance Insomniac releases anything other than Wolverine in 2026. Unless they somehow had like another game. But even according to leaks, if you looked at them, it said that they were targeting 2027 for Venom. Maybe at most they have like a Spider-Man 2 director's cut, but yeah, everything is saying Wolverine is next. There was one guy who said he heard Venom was 2026, but he's not someone who's like has a reliable track record or anything like that. And if the Insider Gaming intel is correct about the Wolverine trailer happening this week, then yeah, Wolverine's definitely next year. All right, refreshing the PlayStation page. Yeah, Starfield PS5 is probably getting announced soon. Oh, I wonder if that's what's going to be at the Tokyo Game Show for Xbox. If Wolverine doesn't show up, we're going to get fed by Sony's remasters. I mean, that's going to happen regardless. How you doing, Taskmaster? Pragmata is all sci-fi you need to know. Yeah, there's no benefit. It's also extremely difficult to release 2 games in 1 year. There's really no benefit. You're like essentially, especially if they're similar games, you're effectively cannibalizing the sales of one. Now, Insomniac has released games in back-to-back years, which is fine. They released Miles in 2020, Ratchet and Clank in 2021. But yeah, they're not dropping 2 superhero games in the same year. No way. Does anyone care about midfield? I mean, yeah, but not as much. The Starfield hype definitely died down considerably. I mean, if they send me a code for it, I'll probably check it out a little bit, but yeah, I'm not that excited about Starfield on PS5, but I'm pretty sure that announcement is like really soon. Because it's supposed to launch next year. Is all hope lost for the Wonder Woman game? Yeah, that was canceled like 6 months ago, I think. They canceled the Wonder Woman game. Like, it was like early in the year, too. Yeah, they canceled the Wonder Woman game and closed down the studio. Yeah, that game is cooked. I have not played a Silent Hill game in a long time. I think legitimately the last Silent Hill game I played was Silent Hill 2. Like the original Silent Hill 2. Like when it actually first came out. I just was never a Silent Hill fan. They didn't send me a code, so, and it didn't look like anything I wanted to like run out and buy. I don't know. I just don't like horror games. They just don't interest me. Like if I'm gonna play a supernatural game, it has to be like action heavy. Like, cause the atmospheric, oh, you're running away, you're afraid. That doesn't do anything for me because horror stuff doesn't scare me. So if I'm not getting something else out of it, then I'm just not having fun. And I saw Silent Hill F had some action, but I don't know if that would be enough combat for me. But yeah, I saw the reviews are out, but they haven't sent me a code yet. If they send me one, I'll try it out, but I'm not going to run out and buy it. But yeah, I'm sure it's solid. Silent Hill games have been pretty solid over the years. Why are prices of games skyrocketing? A variety of factors. The most recent rise in prices is from the tariffs, courtesy of America's president. In general, it's been getting more expensive to produce games, particularly from Western studios. So, and I still say, like, saying there's prices of the games in particular skyrocketing is an exaggeration, because most of the prices of the games have pretty much been the same. Like, people were freaking out over like Borderlands being $80 as a base game, but it ended up being $70. Lost Soul Aside was less than full price. Silk Song just launched for $20. Like, game prices pretty much have been the same since the PlayStation 5 generation started. It's just the console prices, particularly for Xbox, that have been going up, and those are because of the tariffs. But game prices themselves are pretty much the same. Funny to me, combat Silent Hill looks like Callisto. I think it just comes down to a preference thing. I've not played. I could have gotten a code for Dying Light, but I wasn't paying attention, and I just was so opposed to it that I didn't even look for it. I just had such a bad experience with Dying Light 2 that I just had no interest in Dying Light the Beast. Even if it looked cool, like Dying Light 2 was so bad at launch, I just could not justify going back in. Clear Obscure at 50. Yeah. Like if you were trying to get some really good games this year, like the pricing was very good. Some of the best games to release this year were like really well priced. According to insiders, State of Play is being announced. This is happening this week, and the announcement should be literally any day now. Assuming it's the 24th, which is my prediction. The only thing I miss about digital only is the bargain bin at GameStop. I miss the midnight. I miss the midnight releases. That's the one thing I miss. Like, and it wasn't just for games either. Like that feeling of when like a great new game is launching, you go out to the store, hang out at midnight. You're just in line. It's not even like a crazy line. It's usually like Enter Me. It's just like chatting with other fans. Then you go in, grab the game, and then you run back, hurry up back home and play and just play all night. It's like that feeling is gone. And it'd be the same for books as well. I remember doing midnight releases for Harry Potter. Like I would actually go midnight for the launch of like a Harry Potter book. And when I worked at the bookstore, I worked at a large bookstore, and we'd have these huge midnight release events for like Harry Potter, Twilight, and it would just be all these fans coming through at the store at night, cosplaying, chatting about, theories and everything like that. It was just such a good vibe. It was kind of like a convention. Those are good times. And it feels like it just kind of been lost with the digital era. I have not played a Digimon game in a long time, but I love the OG Digimon. I have not heard anything about Red Dead Redemption 2 patch for PS5. I really said I've been replaced by YouTube. Yeah, essentially. But it doesn't hit the same. Like, watching a YouTuber stream a new game at midnight, it just don't hit the same. It's different, but yeah, it just could be the nostalgia talking, but it was just fun. It was just something different about like physically being there, like meeting people in person, physically having the game in your hand and then taking it back home and playing it. Not worrying about people being weird on social media because it's in person, so no one's rage baiting or just acting like a weirdo. Everyone's just like chill and just like talking about how much they love the game and everything like that, and all that's kind of just been lost in like the social media era. I love turn-based. I don't love turn-based. I tolerate turn-based. To be clear, I'm a tolerator of turn-based. I won't let turn-based turn me off from a great game if I'm enjoying it, but it's not my preference. Yeah, some of my favorite games of all time are turn-based. Most of my favorite games of all time are not. Like Final Fantasy X and X-2, Midnight Suns, Clair Obscur. Those are some of my favorite games of all time. And I tolerate them being turn-based. Same with like the early Pokemon games. I haven't tapped in with Pokemon in, many years. I have not bought it. I have actually technically not bought a Nintendo product in my entire life, but I haven't played anything from Nintendo since the N64. But I loved Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Stadium, Snap. I think those are the last Pokemon games I played. Was KOTOR turn-based? Yeah, Knights of the Republic, yeah. Is the Wolverine trailer coming tonight? No. We're just waiting for the state of play announcement. I'm expecting the state of play to be on Wednesday at about 5 p.m. But we're just waiting for the announcement, the actual announcement. It's either today or tomorrow, if the state of play is on Wednesday. So Sony didn't post anything new at the top of the hour. So we'll check back in at 2:30. PlayStation. So I've been covering state of plays and PlayStation announcements since like basically 2021. And the announcements of state of plays are like, sometimes they're like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon. I've seen them at 1, I've seen them at 3, I've seen some at 5. Can you tell who's the voice actor for Wolverine? I'm not saying who it is, but it's pretty easy to find, unfortunately, thanks to the cyber attack. Imagine Marvel Spider-Man done this. Oh my god, that would be horrible. Games I'm most hyped for: GTA 6, Undefeated Genesis, Crimson Desert, Wolverine, Dispatch, Rise of Hydra, Iron Man, Blade, Ghost of Yotei next week. Yep. You worry about the Wolverine game? You literally have nothing to worry about. Wolverine was never getting canceled. That was always pretty crazy. Like once Insomniac, like people worried when the cyber attack initially happened, but Insomniac confirmed it's not getting canceled. Like almost immediately after it happened. But it definitely has some issues, but with how much they've invested in it, it's so unlikely that it's canceled. And now that we found out, now that insiders are saying that the trailer is done, they've seen the playtesters have seen the game, it's great, it's a masterpiece. Yeah, it's not getting canceled. There's literally now it's a 0% chance. What's the opposite of copium? Pessimism. Blade is definitely going to be on PS5. Venom game's still good. It has, according to the article from MQ First, Venom is still in development. The Ghost of Yotei is doing pretty well so far. Reviews are in 3 days on the 25th. That's when the review embargo lifts. It's currently #1 on PlayStation in pre-orders. And also heard that they kept the budget low. Unlike other AAA games, they've managed to keep the budget around the same as Ghost of Tsushima, which was like 60 million. So pretty safe to assume Ghost of Yotei is going to be another big profit for the studio. Have I played Shredder's Revenge? I have. I'm definitely looking forward to trying out Cosmic Invasion. I just saw they announced Black Panther and Ghost Rider are coming to the roster for Cosmic Invasion. I saw the trailer. They're using Cosmic Ghost Rider though. I like standard Ghost Rider. We need more DC games. True. James Gunn is on that, but it's going to be a while. Am I getting First Light? I hope so. Do I think Wolverine is brutal like The Last of Us Part 3? Pretty sure The Last of Us Part 3 doesn't exist. but I do know Wolverine is going to be a mature rated game, mostly because of the violence. Who do you think is more skilled, Atsu from Ghost of Yotei or Black Widow? I mean, clearly Black Widow. Black Widow is I mean, Atsu is obviously very skilled warrior, but Black Widow is a professional spy and assassin, and she's also like 80 years old. Most people don't realize this, but Black Widow has taken a version of a super soldier serum, so she's actually been active as a spy and assassin for like a long time. Yeah, she would absolutely destroy Atsu. I mean, Atsu has guns too, but she's from a more primitive era, so obviously her guns are going to be a lot less sophisticated than what Black Widow is using. But yeah, like even if you take away the weapons, like in a pure, Atsu is mostly skilled in weapon combat. She hasn't, from what we've seen, demonstrated like elite hand-to-hand ability. So without the swords, like, or anything, like she's getting absolutely demolished by Widow. What can we expect at the state of play? Definitely Ghost of Yotei. Pretty much everything Sony is showing at the Tokyo Game Show is probably going to be at the state of play. So that's Astrobot, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, and Ghost of Yotei. Since Ghost of Yotei is also releasing in like a few weeks. I think less than that. I think it's literally next week, actually. I think October 2nd. Yeah, with the reviews on the 25th. So they're definitely showing Ghost of Yotei. Leakers are saying Wolverine is pretty much almost guaranteed to be there. They have a new trailer to show off. There's a new God of War game launching next year that might show up. There's a new there's Saros from Housemarque that's supposed to come out next year. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet could get something this year. There's supposed to be Horizon Online game next year. We could get that announcement. Marathon is supposed to have a new update. I think they're going to do something more for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. There's like a bunch of DLC they still have yet to announce. It should be an interesting show. Stanley had a good quote about the question, who in a fight? Essentially, whoever the storyteller chooses. I mean, also technically, yeah, because when fans are debating, it's like it's basically just a normal debate. Like you're just debating the logic, and at the end of the day, it's down to their opinions. But when writers do crossovers where characters fighting, yeah, then they decide who's going to win. Saros looks insane. Yeah, it was a really cool trailer. That monster at the end, that looks like one of those Buddhist deities. That was really cool. I love those types of designs. One of my favorite abilities in Naruto was Hashirama summoning the Buddha wood statue. Same with a Netero from Hunter x Hunter. His Hobudashava fighting style, where he's like has the Nen Buddha mimic his moves. I just think that aesthetic looks just so cool. I love any action show or game or a movie that like that implements that. I think it's so cool. So we get an announcement for Naughty Dog on the other game. Yeah. I assume it's Uncharted 5. Suits for Wolverine. I'm assuming they're gonna have all the suits I want. The only one I'm questioning if they're gonna have that I want is the Fox X-Men, because I don't know what the legality is going to be around that, if they're going to have any issues. But they should have the rights, since Disney now owns 20th Century and all their assets, so they should be able to get them. But yeah, otherwise I'm good. I know they're gonna have patch. They're probably gonna have like a classic comic book yellow fit. Might get something from Deadpool and Wolverine. Absolutely, like an Extinction Entity booted. Yeah. I think those look so cool. Travis hating on Kojima is never going to catch on. We're waiting for the state of play announcement. My prediction is the state of play is going to be on the 24th. So we're just waiting for the official announcement. But I'm guessing it's going to be the 24th at 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern. And Wolverine if Wolverine's there, which the leakers are saying is going to be, because they have a new trailer ready. It's going to be like the last show, like how Ghost of Yotei was like the closer last year. They're saying Wolverine is going to be the closer this year. Off topic, but you wish they had a Cloud Venom game that would slap. You think Insomniac is taking some inspiration from the X-Men Origins Wolverine? I mean, they might. They obviously took some inspiration from Web of Shadows for Spider-Man 2. But yeah, Wolverine is the Wolverine game is definitely going to be a Wolverine game. I'll say that. Kojima overhyped. I definitely got to do a Death Stranding marathon stream, just to spite Travis, because I know how much he pretends to hate Kojima, and everyone was saying how great Death Stranding 2 was. So I want to play the first one first, and then I'm gonna tap in with Death Stranding 2. A state of play, indeed. We're waiting for the official announcement. It's supposed to be today or tomorrow for the announcement. Assuming it's the 24th, which is my guess. I would be very surprised if Venom gets announced. I think we're just getting Wolverine this year. I would be very surprised if they do Venom. But it's definitely possible. Just not in the same show, I don't think. It's very possible we get Wolverine State of Play finale, and then Venom Game Awards. If the rumors about Venom releasing in 2027 are true. But it would be crazy if Insomniac announced both in the same show. That would be insane. Appreciate you, Almighty. The another 2 years out. I mean, it's going to depend on how much they were set back by Wolverine, because from my understanding, the Venom game isn't something that would take them like necessarily like a long time to complete, because in addition to the fact that it's supposed to be like a Miles Morales sized game, they already have like a ton of pre-made assets for the game already ready. Like they already have the map. They literally have a playable Venom. Like he was playable fully in Spider-Man 2. There was like a ton of other Venom content that they intended to put in Spider-Man 2 that they had to cut for time. Like I remember Tony Todd at a convention said that 90% of the stuff he recorded for Venom didn't make it into Spider-Man 2. So they have a ton of stuff that would allow them to pretty much fast track this Venom game. Breaking news is House's fans are scum. If Wolverine comes first, you still be over the moon for just a short teaser. That would be insane. Still, like, I wouldn't completely rule it out. I just wouldn't get my hopes up about it. If they just do Wolverine, I'm satisfied. But if they throw in a Venom tease as well, that's, oh man, the internet would be going crazy. How long until an unorganized use of Tony Todd's voice starts popping up? God, I hope not. Not anytime soon, fortunately. I already saw the Stan Lee AI hologram that got set up. That's going to be so weird. Oh yeah, no way they announced Spider-Man 3. That's definitely too early. Spider-Man 3, I think, is like 2029. Yeah, like, this is all stuff I'd expect at a PlayStation showcase. I'm not expecting them to go crazy at a state of play. Like, one major announcement, you know. I don't think they're going to just show the whole bag at a state of play. Now, if Sony has another showcase, then we might see Spider-Man 3. Way too early? Not as early as you think, because Spider-Man 2 came out in 2023. And there's been, so far, 5 years in between games. Yeah, Spider-Man 2018, Spider-Man 2 2023. So on that same timeline, Spider-Man 3 would be 2028. And next year is 2026. So we actually are in that window. And Spider-Man 2 was announced with their release window in 2021. 2 years away from the release. So if Sony does a PlayStation showcase next year, I think Spider-Man 3 being there would very much be on the table, because we already know that they've been working on it for the last couple years. Oh, they copy moves from the MCU like Winter Soldier, Rise of Hydra. Yeah, I saw the gameplay clip from Rise of Hydra that leaked, and I definitely recognized at least one move that Black Panther did in the gameplay clip from the MCU. So I think we're definitely going to see some of those animations, just like what Marvel's Avengers did. We need that Untitled FromSoft game. Can't wait to see what Travis is afraid to play. Same. PlayStation event is supposed to happen this week. We're just waiting for the announcement. Yeah, PS6 supposed to release in 2027. Yeah, now that's crazy. Oh yeah. Now, if they actually stick to that, they have to have a PlayStation showcase next year. Because it looks like they're skipping it this year for first time in a while. They usually have them every other year. But if they're about to announce a PS6 for 2027, they have to have a showcase. That Panther Pounce move was sweet. Yeah, I love how like fast and agile they made Panther and Rise of Hydra. I heard there's going to be a handheld PS6 device. I think that was one of the leaks for the PS6. They're going to have a separate handheld. Elden Ring 2, Electric Travis book. I still haven't played Elden Ring. I bought it on sale for Black Friday. It was like $20 on Amazon, and I bought it physical. I have not touched it yet at all. When I have time one day, maybe I'll tap in. What are those playing above your head? This is just a compilation I put together of just to have something going on in the background. I've got the canceled Flash game, Marvel Rivals, Wolverine and Constantine concept. That's the canceled Superman game, Project Blue Steel. And that's Undefeated Genesis, which launches next year on PS5 and PC. One of my most anticipated games. The first one, Undefeated, is on PS5 and Steam right now for free. I streamed it a couple times on the channel. If you've been craving a Superman game, definitely download Undefeated to give you that Superman feel. Silent Hill F looks good. Yeah, for what it was, it looks solid. Just not something I'm running out to get. Iron Man's most anticipated game. Yeah, I think it has a lot of potential. It's just a shame that it might be a while because Motive had to work on Battlefield 6. EA pretty much just forced everybody to help with Battlefield 6. So and I was reading a Tom Henderson article about it. He said that several games were delayed because of that, and Iron Man was one of them. So it's going to be still a few years away because Motive had to use resources on Battlefield. New character reveal for Tokan. Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure it's Doctor Strange. Like, IGN literally leaked it by accident in their coverage of Tokan Fighting Souls. They accidentally revealed that Doctor Strange was coming in the description. So I'm pretty sure that's the next announcement for Fighting Souls. We'll probably get a Doctor Strange character trailer. Probably at the State of Play. And then at the Tokyo Game Show, they'll do like probably some more another trailer. They'll do like a demo. Battlefield 6 is Stark Clocking. Facts. Was over. Your undefeated game. Yeah, it's on the channel right now. If you want to pull up in the Play Store, yeah, just look up Undefeated. But yeah, I streamed it like a couple of days ago on the channel. I just wanted to test it out on my PS5. But I first streamed it last year. It's like my most viewed stream. Is Rockstar working on a AAA Batman game? Yes. Yeah, Jason Schreier did a deep dive on everything going on behind the scenes at Warner Bros. That led to the Suicide Squad disaster, the Wonder Woman game cancellation, and he had a section on there on Rocksteady, and he said that they're working on a new Batman game, a single player Batman game. And we've seen job postings that back that up from Rocksteady. You know, they're hiring for Unreal Engine 5 game, so they're finally upgrading to Unreal Engine 5. It's going to be hero traversal combat, stuff like that. It's a Batman game. So it's a Unreal 5 Batman game, basically. You read Thor will not be in Cosmic Invasion? That's crazy. Who said that? All right, let me refresh the PlayStation Twitter. All right, nothing yet. So they're gonna post again in an hour. So we'll check back in then. They better have Thor. You mean they're not going to have Thor in Cosmic Invasion? Silver Surfer and Beta Ray Bill are in there. There's no way they're not going to have Thor. I'm looking at the news. I haven't seen any articles about it. Let me check Twitter. Because they just revealed Black Panther and Ghost Rider. Yeah, I haven't seen anything official. They got Superior Ray Bill. Yeah, where'd you read it from? I haven't seen any like official. I haven't seen an official announcement, and I haven't seen any official sources. I know they have Beta Ray Bill, who's so. If you are craving Thor, I mean, just play Beta Ray Bill. But I didn't see anything official that said he's not going to be in it. Only 13 characters to go for Cosmic Invasion. 2 more left to go. I mean, I don't think that's going to be all. I'm pretty sure they're going to have DLC, especially if the game does well. They still need to announce more characters for Togon Fighting, for sure. About to bounce. Machine lets you know. It'll be a long time before I stream Elden Ring, but appreciate you. Yeah, so State of Play probably and the Tokyo Game Show are the next times you can expect Cosmic Togon Fighting Souls. So they'll probably announce the Doctor Strange next character at one of those. Probably the State of Play first. Oh, Reed Rich is going to be in there. I probably won't make the base roster, I'm guessing. Imagine a Insomniac Ghost Rider game. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm just thinking of like an edgier studio for like a Ghost Rider game. But I'm sure Insomniac can pull it off. Maybe have their Wolverine team, since Wolverine's going to be mature. Have that team do like your Ghost Rider type stuff. I still think Remedy should do a Doctor Strange game. I think Remedy would be like perfect for or Constantine. Constantine for sure. I feel like Remedy would be like perfect for like a Marvel or DC dark magic game. I think James Gunn should slide over there and be like, "Yo, got any interest in making a Constantine or a Doctor Fate? Do you ever think they will focus on a connected Marvel game universe?" No. That was something that Marvel planned years ago, and they like abandoned it because of how like complicated and expensive it was getting, or potentially going to be. And they instead just went with, we'll just license out the games, and they can do what they want. The studios can do what they want. So the closest to a connected Marvel gaming universe we're going to have in the near future is going to be Insomniac with their connected universe. You know, they confirmed Wolverine and Spider-Man share the same universe. I think that's the closest we're going to get, because Disney is not doing it themselves. They're out of the publishing game. EA we'll see if they can even get one Marvel game out the door, because they did a 3-game deal, and then they canceled the Black Panther game, and they're kind of just leaving it on Iron Man. But if Iron Man is successful, then like Motive could expand on it, and they'll be more incentivized to make more. But so far, Insomniac has the only connected universe. CD Projekt Red is busy with The Witcher right now and another Cyberpunk game. Blade is currently being developed by it's published under Xbox, but it's probably going to be on PlayStation. It's being made by Arcane Studios, who are not Arcane Austin, the ones that did Deadfall. Now, that studio was closed and folded in. It's the studio that did Deathloop, Dishonored. They're making Blade. And it's not going to be first person. That's Arcane is known for first person games like Prey, Dishonored, Deathloop, but Blade is confirmed to be third person. It looks good so far. They dropped some concept art for it. Some people didn't like their art style, but I think it's perfect for a comic book game in particular. But from what I saw from Blade, it looks good. I really like what it looked like. Yeah, Capcom is busy with a lot of things. They've been cooking. Avengers and Fantastic Four also in the Sony universe. Yeah, I don't know how many characters they have the rights for. Obviously, obviously they have Easter eggs for different characters. They had a mission in Spider-Man 2 with Doctor Strange and Wong. They've been teasing Daredevil a lot. And obviously they're doing Wolverine, so they're going to have access to X-Men characters. Who do you think got more battle IQ, Captain America or Spider-Man? Battle IQ? I mean, definitely Captain America. He's a much better fighter. He's a trained... we're talking about Comic Cap. Yeah, he's a trained super soldier from World War II era. He's one of the best hand-to-hand fighters in the Marvel universe. Yeah, Spider-Man's smarter, obviously much smarter. So he has a strategic advantage as well as a physical one. So ultimately, I think he would beat comic Spider-Man, at least would wash Captain America in a fight. But on a technical level, Cap is a better fighter, for sure. He's more trained. Peter mostly relies on his physical gifts. Boys will probably get a game at some point. Oh yeah, for sure. I heard it's already something that they're kicking around at Amazon. Especially if the Boys remains popular even after the final season airs. I think they at least try to cash in on it. State of Play is supposed to be happening this week. We're just waiting for the announcement. Do I hate the first Ascendant? No, not at all. I played a decent amount of it, but at launch and before it came out in the beta, but I haven't tapped in because I kind of just got bored with the content and like how grindy it is. Peter never really wants to punch someone in the face. Yeah, like Peter has to constantly hold back too, as he's so strong. I don't think intergalactic gameplay is going to show this year. I mean, it could. I would think at the Game Awards, but I think it's not coming out until 2027, from what I heard. So they might wait on the gameplay, but they could still show something just to get people hype, show them something. When's it getting announced? Today or tomorrow? Remember when Spider-Man made a cracking cap shield in the shit? Yeah, I'll always remember when Peter actually got serious and nearly unalived Kingpin. Because he had came after Aunt May, and Peter showed up, no jokes, no one-liners, just here to stand on business. It got bad, bro. Never actually make Peter mad. He is actually dangerous. Peter could actually really, really hurt people if he wanted to. He's like insanely strong. How to donate? If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can type !donate in the chat, take you directly to a link to do a direct donation. You could also join the Patreon. You can join for free just to follow along with the updates. If you have $1 to spare, that allows you to access most of the Patreon content, the private Discord. I post all the thumbnails and thumbnail drafts for all my videos, stuff that I can't post on YouTube, like the Black Panther video the other day when I talked about the leaks. I couldn't include the video of the Black Panther gameplay from Rise of Hydra because they were copyright taking all the stuff down. But all of that, but that screenshots, the gameplay, all of that is on the Patreon, and you can get all the stuff that I post there, as well as access to the private Discord for just $1 a month. All of it helps allow me to continue making content, and it funds stuff like giveaways that we do on the channel as well. New Mafia game in development, confirmed by Mafia the Oil Country actress. That's cool. Yeah, I heard it was pretty good, like a pretty solid story-driven game. State of play, we're still waiting for the announcement. 10 minutes until 3 o'clock. So that's the next time Sony will probably post something. So we'll check back then on their Twitter account. In exactly 11 minutes now. What's up, Raby? Does it find you being awesome? No amount of money in the world can make that happen, unfortunately. It can't pay for miracles. Hello there. What's up? Let me check and see if there's any news. New Resident Evil 9 info. What's this? Leon will be unshaven and will have graying hair. He wears a black jacket. Leon's sections are not open world, but larger than Grace's. He will use a vehicle to move during a level, similar to the boat section of Resident Evil 4. His gameplay is action, but more horror than RE4 or RE8. There aren't silly things like the possessed statuses, armors of Resident Evil 4, or the mecha fight in Resident Evil 8. There is less camp overall. He expects that people will compare it to The Last of Us 2's gameplay. He expects that Leon will be revealed at the Tokyo Game Show. That's the Capcom showcase. I'll be streaming that. Tap in for that. Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. The image of Leon wearing an eye patch is fake. Says his sources have confirmed it too. Says he's heard Leon's story takes place mostly in 2020, while most but not all of Grace's is in 2028. They're not two different campaigns, but one large, cohesive, interconnected story. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing some Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Shout out to Capcom. I am a Capcom creator, so as soon as I can, I will be requesting a review copy. And I think they're mailing me something too. Shout out to Capcom. How am I feeling? Feeling good, feeling great. Actually, my back is a little sore. I think I'm sitting in a bad position. Let me sit back a little. How have you been? Shout out some to Dust Bloods. Shout out some to Dust Bloods. Haven't tapped in with that. This Leon picture that's on the internet. The eye patch one is fake, according to the actual insiders. Yeah, I just read off a bunch of Resident Evil 9 leak stuff. But yeah, I saw the other day the eye patch was fake. Tokyo Game Show, we're expected to see Leon get revealed. That's 10 a.m. Eastern on the 24th. I think we get a Dead Space 2 remake. No, because not enough people bought Dead Space remake, the first one. They had one in develop. They were working on one. They were trying to get one off the ground. They plan to do a Dead Space 2 remake, but EA looked at the sales of the Dead Space remake and was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that." So it ain't. So unless someone else wants to do it, it ain't happening. What game from Marvel do I want to see? All the ones that are coming out, and I want them to all come out. No more cancellations, no more issues. Pretty much all the Marvel games that I want are either announced or I've been told are in development, according to leakers and insiders. And I've covered most of it on the channel. Only thing I didn't cover on the channel in terms of unannounced Marvel games is the Marvel MMO, the new Marvel MMO. I've only talked about it in live streams. I'm waiting for more intel on that. But otherwise, there's like there's the exact superhero games I want from Marvel are either announced and coming out or in development, with the exception to being a remake of X-Men Destiny and a Hulk game. I've yet to hear anything about a Hulk game, but we've got Blade, we've got Wolverine, Iron Man, and the potential for 2 more games, single player games. We got Rise of Hydra. There's another Avengers game in early development. There's a new MMO that they're trying to work on. I think the future is definitely bright for Marvel. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about a Daredevil game. Closest to Daredevil seems to be Marvel Rivals. Adding Daredevil next month. A Darth Vader game would be potentially really cool, actually. I feel like in general we need more villain games. There's obviously a lot of ways you can do a Darth Vader game. You could do like a Lego Rise of Skywalker style and just play through like the Phantom Menace through Revenge of the Sith. But I think the more interesting Darth Vader game would be like, or maybe you have like part of those, like maybe you have, yeah, like I would avoid the Phantom Menace. I would start my Darth Vader game in Revenge of the Sith, and then play that out, his parts in that, and then time skip it, and then just tell some stories from Darth Vader from before the events of A New Hope, because Darth Vader got into a lot of stuff in between the end of Revenge of the Sith and the start of A New Hope. There's a ton of stories they could tell within that time frame. I would start there. I think it could be really cool, because Darth Vader was super OP. It would be like Force Unleashed almost. But that game was so much fun. Oh, Ghost Rider game. Oh, sure, that'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah. The one game I keep talking about, I keep pitching, and I'll keep pitching it until it happens, is a Marvel Zombies game. I might do a video on this. I want Saber specifically to make a Marvel Zombies game using their Swarm engine that they have in Space Marine 2 and World War Z. I think that game would be insane. It would be like single player co-op, and it would have like the multiplayer modes like Space Marine 2 and World War Z have, but like a full campaign. I think that game would be so insane. Dark Revan game? Oh yeah, Jay would love that. Actually, so that's bro. I don't need to sell. It sells itself. Marvel Zombies game. One of the playable characters is Punisher. like, like no one's saying no to this game. It's a shame KOTOR isn't real. It is real, actually, thanks to Saber. Shout out to, once again, Saber. Saber is keeping the KOTOR remake alive. State of play is not today. We're waiting for the announcement. Doesn't take your money. Exactly. I'm definitely looking forward to watching Marvel Zombies. I think it premieres this week. Though I don't think Spider-Man is in like the first couple episodes. Now, it's not that the KOTOR remake was fake. It's just that Aspire, they made it. They handed it to Sony, because Sony originally was the one that wanted it. They wanted an exclusive KOTOR remake, and Aspire made it, handed it to Sony. Sony said, no, thank you. We don't want this. And they were like, well, we're screwed. And then Saber just swooped in and said, all right, we'll take over. Hope they get Captain America speed right. I'm sure it'll be fine. Need to go back and watch the What If Marvel Zombie episodes. See, that episode, it was definitely one of the better ones of the series, but I thought it was a little disappointing. I thought it could have been better. But the show so far looks kind of cool. I'm not thrilled with Shang-Chi and Awkwafina, but the Mahershala Moon Knight / Blade looks cool, and obviously Spider-Man being in it is very cool. Wolverine continue to an X-Men spinoff would be awesome. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if Insomniac goes if Insomniac's plan was to be like Wolverine next year, then Venom, then Spider-Man 3, then like an X-Men game instead of like a direct Wolverine sequel, yeah, that would be sick. Because I've been waiting years for a new X-Men game. I love me some X-Men Destiny. I just want a X-Men Destiny like X-Men game, or like a Hogwarts Legacy, like a kind of a Hogwarts Legacy-ish, but like more RPG. Like I want more choice, because I feel like Hogwarts Legacy didn't have enough choice, but they kind of nailed it when it came to like the scale and like the feel of being, you know, in a school environment. Apart from not being able to eat in the Great Hall, like what the hell? How do you have a Hogwarts game and you can't eat in the Great Hall? Like I don't understand that. But that aside, yeah, I want an X-Men game where I can create my own mutant. I have the ability to pick my starting power, and we attend the Xavier School. And we're tempted by the Brotherhood, and we have to choose sides, you know, and there's like a morality system, kind of like how Infamous does it. Have I seen the 1943 leaks? I covered it on the channel last week. And on my Instagram. I just started posting on Instagram again recently. And we talked about it on the podcast as well yesterday. After show podcast on YouTube. We went through the screenshots on the podcast. We obviously couldn't show the video, but the video is of the Rise of Hydra gameplay is on my Patreon. Just want to see how Insomniac will design Cyclops. Ooh. X-Men Destiny 2. What's up, Eastwood? Nothing. We're just hanging out. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. See, y'all got chat distracting me. It was 3 o'clock 4 minutes ago. Got to refresh. Check the PlayStation, Twitter. New tweet. Nope, no new tweet yet. But Grinder is trending. I don't want to know why. Nightwing is trending. Just people glazing Nightwing. As they should. Shout out to Scotland. Alright, so nothing yet for the state of play announcement. We'll tap in again at 4 o'clock. Yeah, at this point, we're just waiting for your announcement. I think the state of play is going to be on the 24th. So we're just waiting for the announcement, either today or tomorrow. Anyone have any idea what game that is that's constantly on repeat? Looks like Dragon Ball Destroys the Mountain. That's Undefeated Genesis. I covered the original game on the channel. Definitely tap in. It's called Undefeated. It's a free, it's basically like a love letter to Superman and anime. It's an open world action game made by, originally the first game was made by 3 people. It's free on Steam and PlayStation. You're basically Superman, but you have some like anime powers too. You can just fly around the city, beating up criminals, saving people. The sequel is much bigger budget compared to the first game, and it comes out next year. If you want to see gameplay of the first game, check out the channel. I've got I recently did a stream of Undefeated a couple days ago. You want a new Killzone game? Nice. The Love Letter Superman was called N6 was 64. How dare you? When I play Wolverine, obviously it's a game I've been covering heavily on the channel. One of my most anticipated upcoming games. When I play Wolverine will depend on when I get a copy. I got my copy of Spider-Man 2 the day before it launched, but it was like that morning. So it was like New Zealand time, basically, for the game. I'm hoping for Wolverine I can get like a review copy so I can get it a couple weeks early. How dare you? No, the more accurate Superman love letter was, I guess, Superman Returns for the Xbox 360. Even though it was a movie tie-in, still really fun game. But I think Undefeated more so nailed it than anything. And Undefeated Genesis looks like it's going to for sure continue. State of Play is not today. We're waiting for the announcement. Why does nobody talk about the other Spider-Man 2 DLC? I think people, and definitely check out that video on their channel, but I think people legitimately, when they found out that there was going to be no story DLC, they just threw up their hands and thought, oh, that means no DLC at all. It just means no story DLC. For now, at least. Like, we still got DLC for Ragnarok, even though they said not to expect any. But people didn't even consider the fact that Insomniac would be doing like suit DLC to like tie into upcoming Spider-Man movies. They just immediately saw that they weren't doing story DLC, and just in their minds they associate DLC with story DLC. So they didn't even consider the possibility that we'd get like a DLC to tie in with Beyond the Spider-Verse when that comes out, or Spider-Man Brand New Day next year. My favorite Jujutsu Kaisen character, Gojo. I haven't changed my screensaver. It's my if you saw me on PlayStation, my PlayStation profile picture is Gojo. I didn't change my phone background yet. It's still All Might. But Gojo is my guy. State of Play is expected to be announced today or tomorrow. Superman is not a poop freak. Stop spreading propaganda. Yeah, last year's leaks say State of Play is this week. Last year's State of Play happened pretty much around the same time. It was on September 24th. So they announced State of Plays the day before or 2 days before. So we're expecting it today, most likely tomorrow at this point, but we'll check back in at 4 in about 40 minutes or so when Sony posts again. You know why I just love Panda? Panda's great. Panda's definitely one of the better characters in the show. For sure. But yeah, Gojo to me is just the best. I just love Gojo so much. But Panda is also like, Panda's probably my top 5. But I'd say my I say my favorites in the show are definitely like Gojo, Panda, and Maki. I think Maki's my second favorite after Gojo. Love me some Maki. I was born ready for Ghost. Stealth and Rise of Hydra is probably going to be really good. Yeah. We'll see. Stealth in games. I haven't played a game with like really good stealth in a while. Especially the issue with stealth is that it could be, this looks like a game where it's like, we'll see. It could be good stealth. It could just be kind of like stealth just to kind of get by, because it depends on how strong the character is and the tools that they have available and how much they emphasize the stealth. Because this kind of feels more like an adventure game than a stealth game, where they want to have some stealth elements in there, but not so much so that it like becomes like a huge part of it. They kind of just want you to move the story along. Because the issue, for example, with Spider-Man, for example, is that, particularly in Spider-Man 2, because of how strong the characters were, the stealth was just kind of pointless unless you just felt like doing it. Because if you got caught, you could just easily beat everybody up. But you could also just easily not get caught because you just had so many tools available. So it's a fine line there. The turnaround time for the Spider-Man 2 PC was crazy. It's possible. I know Sony's been emphasizing PC more, so it might be within a year for sure. Year and a half for sure. The Last of Us was the last good stealth game you could think of. Yeah, The Last of Us 2. That might be for me, because Outlaws, yeah, Spider-Man 2 didn't really have like good stealth really. It was just like easy. It was just too easy. Star Wars Outlaws had just really poorly designed stealth. Yeah, Last of Us 2's stealth was pretty good. Though I think Black Panther Rise of Hydra will have gadgets. No, I don't think so. I think Nanali, the Dora Milaje, might have something. I don't think Black Panther's going to be gadget heavy. He thinks more skilled, Naue or Basim. I don't know. It's the problem with judging Naue is that the gameplay doesn't reflect the cutscenes. Like, Naue is not very strong in the story. Like, from the beginning, like, she's like a talented, she's like but kind of a novice apprentice shinobi. But when you like actually playing her and leveling up, like, she's extremely OP. So it's kind of hard to gauge. Like, she doesn't really do anything in the story that makes me think, oh man, she's like crazy strong. She's like a light heavyweight. Yeah, she's very light. Very, very light. But like, if you based it on like my Naue build and how I play her, yeah, she's extremely OP. Think Zelda Breath of the Wild games had good stealth mechanics. I missed the Splinter Cell games, man. I think, pretty sure Ubisoft has a new one or a remake or something in development. But the Splinter Cell games, now that was stealth, man. Metal Gear as well, but Splinter Cell has some crazy stealth. That was a stealth game. Those classic Splinter Cell games were crazy. those were like for hardcore stealth enjoyers. Is a state of play happening soon? Yes. So a month ago, Jeff Grubb leaked that there's a state of play happening at the end of the month. Of course, we covered that on the channel. A few weeks ago, Insider Gaming reported that there was, again, a state of play happening at the end of this month, and that their sources told them Wolverine would be there. Another big insider, Nate the Hate, followed it up by saying the state of play would be happening this week. So we're just waiting for the announcement. Last year, they had the state of play at the end of September on the 24th. So that's my current expectation. Love those first few Splinter Cells. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Xbox has a remake in development. I think it went through some development issues, but it should be out in the next few years. Yeah, it might legit drop next year, actually. The Splinter Cell remake. I know Xbox is going to be showing off something at the Tokyo Game Show. Something big. But I'm not sure exactly which of their project it is. Think we'll see Hulk and Marvel's Wolverine. It's possible. I mean, they do have the Hulk Easter egg in the trailer. Because Wolverine's first appearance was in a actual Hulk issue of the Hulk. So it would be cool if they included him in the game in some way. But I don't know if they have the rights to the Hulk. He getting Dying Light in first light confused. I could never. Dying Light is the enemy. First light is the future. Splinter Cell needs to bring back Michael Ironside. Yeah, Gabe might be junk again. We're just waiting for the announcement. The announcement is supposed to be today or tomorrow, if the state of play is when I expect it to be, which is the 24th. Dying Light definitely not better than Jujutsu Kaisen. You're crazy. I mean, it's better than the game. Maybe. Yeah, I'm assuming Dying Light 2 works by now. Because I'm pretty sure the Jujutsu Kaisen game, Curse Class, was functional at launch. The game just sucked, but I'm pretty sure it was at least functional. So in that regard, it was actually better than Dying Light 2. Definitely not better than the show. You're insane. Dying Light 2 doesn't come anywhere close to anything Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I'm hearing good things about the Beast. I probably could have got a review copy, but I just wasn't interested. I just had such a bad experience with Dying Light 2. Roblox Dying Light 2. Now, Dying Light 2 legitimately made me mad, bro. I'm still mad that I couldn't get a refund. Like I hate how bad Sony's refund policy is. If a game, even if a game was literally unplayable, if you can't get a refund if you played it. Like Steam lets you try a game for 2 hours, and if you don't like it, you can refund it. Sony's like, nah. If you play it for 1 second, you lose your refund. It's actually crazy. And I don't even know how it's legal, to be honest. Yeah, that's why you gotta be more careful if you're buying from the PlayStation Store. You gotta be really sure about the game. I took a chance on Dying Light 2. Even though there were warning signs, I took a chance on it because of Aqua, and it was a mistake. Shaman King. Well, at least you're naming an anime that's actually decent. I still think Jujutsu Kaisen is better, but Shaman King is legit. I definitely want to try them as a versus. I'm not a huge fighting game fan, but I have been known to dabble in them if they're you know, in the animated variety, anime inspired. I was a huge Naruto Ninja Storm fan. I'm just kind of I just kind of have anime fighter fatigue, because I'm just annoyed that every time we get like an adaptation of a shonen anime, they always immediately just try to go for the fighting game route. It's so annoying. That's why I'm glad we're getting the Seven Deadly Sins as an open world game instead of another fighter. And obviously, I much prefer if Invincible was an open world game, but I'll definitely try it out. At least for the story mode. FMA Brotherhood, all of the anime. I mean, now you actually have a case. I don't necessarily agree. I think it's not my favorite anime of all time, but it is in my top 3 best anime. I think there's a very strong case to be made that FMA is the best anime ever. Brotherhood. It is definitely that good. For me personally, it's up there for me with Cowboy Bebop. My favorite is Your Name. I just think that's just a perfect anime. It's a movie, not a series. But FMA Brotherhood is pretty peak. I would definitely not put Naruto anywhere up there. But yeah, in terms of personal favorites, yeah, like my favorites are more all over the place. Like I love Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball, Mob Psycho 100, stuff like that. My favorites though, yeah. My favorites are like Your Name, FMA Brotherhood, Cowboy Bebop, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Erased, Attack on Titan, and there's a couple anime where the first season is like god tier, but then it like falls off a cliff. Like to me, The Promised Neverland is like can go toe to toe with any anime ever with its season 1. I think it's just an absolute masterpiece. Flawless, perfect anime. And the second season is one of the worst things to ever happen to anime. And it pisses me off to this day. Any chance we see Killer Bean at the State of Play? I will love it. I don't think so. I think that's more of a Jeff Keighley thing. I don't think Killer Bean has the money to advertise at a State of Play, but I could definitely see it at the Game Awards. Seven Deadly Sins, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. After season 3, holy. Yeah. The same thing. Similar happened with One Punch Man. Yeah. One Punch Man season 1, one of the best action anime seasons of all time, and then season 2, just a massive drop off. But not even because of the story or they. That's the frustrating thing about it. They adapted the manga for the season 2 pretty much perfectly, but the animation, because they cheaped out and went to like a low tier studio, the animation was just so bad and it ruined the season. When do we get news? We're waiting. That's what we're waiting for. But I'll never forgive the Promised Neverland season 2. If they had properly adapted it, if they had properly adapted the rest of the anime, Promised Neverland would be in my top. It would be in my top 5. But right now, it's probably like FMA Brotherhood, Your Name, FMA Brotherhood. Actually no. Angel Beats, Your Name, Angel Beats, FMA Brotherhood, Cowboy Bebop, and then it's hard to pick a 5th because I'm bouncing between a lot. The 5th is definitely going to be rotating. Right, like, because right now Frieren is making a strong case for the top 5, but I don't know how good that next season is going to be. And there's like a lot of great anime outside of that, like obviously Attack on Titan. Big fan of Death Note, Eden of the East. There's so many good anime. Black Lagoon. I think The Last Ronin is dead. Once they announced all the games they have in active development and excluded The Last Ronin, I knew that game was cooked. Like that's just the end of it. I have no longer any faith in that game. I mean, it's possible someone picks it up later, but yeah, when they confirm it's not in active development, yeah, that's not good. Bro, love from India. Shout out to India. All right, that's our second chatter from India. Shout out. Last Ronin is better than your interest in Jujutsu Kaisen. You're not wrong. It's possible that they're trying to keep Last Ronin alive, or try to make something happen with it. But yeah, if something special needs to happen in order for that game to survive. Yeah, the new season of Jujutsu Kaisen is gonna be crazy. Did y'all see how crazy Demon Slayer is going? The new Demon Slayer movie is currently on pace to beat Superman. It's like at 530 million worldwide. It's actually on pace to pass Superman. It's already passed Fantastic Four. That's crazy for an anime movie. Oh yeah, I can't wait for the new season of Chainsaw Man. I don't know how a Thanos video game would be good actually. I do think we need more villain games. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you make a Thanos video game work, a solo Thanos game work. Let me brainstorm. Obviously, it would be more like a pure supervillain fantasy. I'm assuming you want to. Would you be trying to recreate the Infinity Saga? Because that's all people want to do with Thanos. Because I feel like once you get the gauntlet, like it stops being fun. So I feel like if you want to make an interesting Thanos game, you shouldn't make it about him getting. You shouldn't make it the Infinity Saga. You should just make it like a game about conquering, like an Empire expansion game, but with like good, cool action combat. So like you're basically building your empire. So you look for recruits to form your Black Order. You go around to different planets trying to conquer, do your thing. It could be interesting, but I think it'd be hard to pull off. Thanos is a rhythm game. You need to snap. Yeah, that's the only way like a conquer a planet, like a conquer a game where you're just trying to expand your crew, your empire, and conquer different planets. That's the only way I can think of making like a Thanos game like interesting, without like doing the obvious Infinity Saga. And if your team consists of only the Black Order, there should be a trophy called No Originality, Secret Trophy. It could definitely work, but yeah, I don't think anyone's interested. But I do think a villain or like a anti-hero-esque game could be interesting. I think that could be a way to like do something fresh with the superhero genre. Like for example, I've pitched this before, but I think a Deathstroke game where it's basically like kind of like Hitman, but with like Deathstroke. So everything's like super enhanced. You have, peak human abilities, better gadgets. You have super powered people because you're an assassin, and some of your targets are metahumans. But yeah, I think a Deathstroke game where you're going around the world collecting contracts on metahumans and regular criminals as well, I think could be really cool. A psychological Joker horror game, that would be weird. Space Marine was your guilty pleasure game of the year. I felt no guilt. It was one of my favorite games of the year. I haven't seen anything for Captain America's gameplay in Rise of Hydra. Currently the only actual gameplay footage available is of Black Panther. But I don't anticipate Captain America moving as fast as I saw Black Panther move. I think that's how they're going to distinguish the characters. Crazy how would a Galactus game be? A Galactus game would be so boring. Or just a Planet Eater game. Like that would just be the game. You just eat planets. Or occasionally shrink down and fight the inhabitants. Yeah, I haven't played Space Marine in a while. I haven't played any of the new content. I gotta tap in at some point. So I had a lot of fun. I just didn't have a lot of people to play with, and I got busy with other games. We're just waiting for the state of play announcement. I'm not expecting the actual show until the 24th. Yeah, I know there's a ton of great content waiting. I just have so many games that I have to get through. And I have like a bunch of work on the channel to do this week, so my free time is limited. Too many games, a third world. True, yes, exactly a third world complaint. How I play Hades? I'm familiar with Hades. I never played it. Rogue Trader. Travis should have to play Superman 64 for like 12 hours straight. Anyone play the new EA FC? They have a new one already? I'm not tapped in at all. If you could only pick one anime to get a story game that's unique to the anime, that stays unique to the anime, you're trying to say faithful to the anime? So one anime that I could get a story game out of. A story anime game. Which one? Damn, I know it's gonna be obvious, but yeah, it's kind of has to be FMA Brotherhood. I feel like it has to be FMA Brotherhood. Like, because I knew it had to be one of my favorite anime, and I was just thinking of like what anime has like a great story, but would also make like an amazing like story driven game. And it is definitely Brotherhood. Bleach for sure. Bleach would be more so a better action game. But FMA Brotherhood is just a much better story. Because Bleach is more like a traditional shonen, so it's got all the usual you're basically character development, training arc, fight, character development, training arc, fight, character development, training arc, fight. Whereas like FMA has like a more compelling story on its own, without having to rely on big fight scenes, but while also having like really great fight scenes and stuff. Death Note, they've been Death Note games before, and my issue with Death Note is that it'll be more of like a strategy game. Not to mention it's like a game that's we've already had like Death Note games. And I'm more so thinking of a game that the anime that hasn't gotten a story game. I definitely think I made a video on it last time, but yeah, FMA Last Ronin, they confirmed all their games in development, active development at the last THQ Nordic showcase, and they left the Last Ronin off of that list of active games. Yeah, the recent Death Note game is basically like Among Us. Yeah, it's literally Among Us, but Death Note. I saw Afro Senju playing it with his friends. Assassin's Creed anime TV series. Actually, Ubisoft does have an anime out on Netflix, right? Or coming out. They have a, what is it, a Splinter Cell? A Splinter Cell anime? High School did. Travis keeps telling on himself. Like, I literally never talk about High School DxD. High School DxD only ever comes up when Travis brings it up. I think we know what Travis is watching in his free time when he's alone with a bottle of lotion. This man is always bringing up High School DxD. Literally have never mentioned it voluntarily on stream. This man is self-reporting. Do you think there'll be another Batman Arkham? There's already a new Batman game in development by Rocksteady. Covered this on the channel. There was a recent update on it. I think I posted about it last month, but I'm pretty sure the Bloomberg article about it first came out like 3 or 4 months ago. But yeah, Rocksteady's doing a new Batman game. Did I need that picture of the lotion? You're watching Kill la Kill. So all right, so we know that Travis is gooning to Kill la Kill and High School DxD. For sure. I also remember Travis mentioning Mushoku Tensei. I try to watch like real anime. I don't really have time to I have so many like real anime to watch, like the ecchi stuff. Like I watch some of the anime just happens to have ecchi in it, but I don't seek out ecchi anime because it's just like at the end of the day, it's just trash. Like it's just gooner trash at the end of the day. But if it's like a good anime with that just happen to have fan service, but I won't. That's cool, but I won't seek out like an ecchi specifically to watch because they are universally like pretty bad. Never heard. Yeah, exactly. Literally never. Travis is the only one that brings up High School DxD. He's actually down bad. He's definitely more so down bad for High School DxD. Said it won't be Kevin Conroy. Yeah, I mean Roger Craig Smith is a really good Batman, so it's in good hands. High School of the Dead, good anime. I actually did watch High School of the Dead. I think when I was in high school. Funny enough, I don't remember. And I will say that's the exception to the. I mean, obviously it is ecchi slop, but it's good for ecchi slop. Like if they just remove the BS, it would stand on its own as a solid zombie anime. Like Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead is like a really good zombie anime with a little bit of fan service, but it doesn't make that the entire like point. And the intro song is actually slaps. Yutsukaze using the best anime for you. It's definitely one of my favorite shonen anime. I think that first season in particular was just so good. The cycle phase service every 5 seconds. That's crazy. Yeah, you're definitely down bad. Wolverine would destroy Batman in like a fight. Actually, wouldn't. It depends on the again. As is always the case with Batman, it depends on the preparation. Because, for example, the Punisher absolutely dog walked Wolverine in the comics, like badly. Could have actually killed him, but let him live because he figured out the limitations on his healing factor, and he had the weaponry to overpower it. Batman could for sure figure out ways to get around Wolverine's healing factor. And he's got like obviously access to a lot of different gadgets. So once again, it comes down to preparation. And in an unarmed, in just a 1v1 fist fight, obviously Batman's at a big disadvantage there. But if he's got access to his gadgets, he can plan some stuff. Yeah, he's beating Wolverine. Absolute Joker. Yeah, the Absolute Joker. I saw people memeing it. Like, yeah, that's crazy. I gotta read some of these Absolute comics because I hear they're pretty good, and the covers are awesome. Would Batman be able to beat Deadpool though? It also depends on what the victory condition is. Like, Batman could beat a lot of people, even people that are stronger than him, under the right conditions, because he's Batman. Because Deadpool would be a similar situation, except Deadpool uses guns. He's immortal. Batman's a better hand-to-hand fighter. He's smarter. He has, better access to technology. But Deadpool is just, immortal and can break the fourth wall. No state of play today. We're just waiting for the announcement. You know who Batman can't beat? The loneliness of losing his parents as a young child. Absolute Wonder Woman and Superman look so dope. Superman, yeah, for sure. Yeah, when I saw the Absolute Wonder Woman comic, I was like, oh yeah, I might have to cop that. Spider-Man either. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. Is he officially? I don't see anything. Oh, here it is, 8 minutes ago from Bloomberg. Disney says Jimmy Kimmel allowed to return after Backlash. Yeah. They honestly, not surprising. I don't think Disney counted on just how much backlash they were going to get because of this. Like I'm sure they were losing a lot of money because I saw a ton of people, and not like, and people always talk about, oh, I'm canceling my D+ or whatever. Like, and I'm seeing like an actual lot of people saying no, like they're done with they're not supporting Disney at all. Like, I don't think they counted on how bad this would look. I mean, they should have, because it was insane that they would even go along with that. Clear, blatant violation of the First Amendment. But I'm glad Kim was getting his show back. I don't even watch the show. It's just the principle. Like, the FCC should absolutely not be able to pressure networks by threatening to pull their license because a comedian hurt their fifis. Like, no. Think we're getting Injustice 3? Oh, for sure. I'm like 100% sure Injustice 3 is in development right now. Wolverine versus Freddy Krueger. I think if you just get around the dream thing, I don't think he's that strong. He's going to really cancel after Marvel Zombies and Alien Earth and Sterling's. Like I was literally thinking about that because I was like, wait a minute, I could cancel Disney Plus because I don't watch it that often. Like I watch it when they have like a new Marvel show. I'll do like a watch party, and I was like, yeah, I was planning on doing Marvel Zombies, but that's it. But I mainly have it for Hulu, which I haven't even had time for because I haven't even watched The Bear yet, the new season of The Bear. So Kimball should be able to say blatant lies and we accept it. Yes, 100%. Welcome to the concept of freedom of speech. Jimmy Kimmel is allowed to be incorrect. If he says something libelous or slanderous, you can sue him. If you can demonstrate that he intentionally made a false statement of fact in order to hurt someone's character or business, yeah, you can sue him for that. But yeah, the government absolutely cannot censor people because they don't like what they said. What is the stream for? It is exactly as the title says. It is a waiting room for the state of play announcement. Literally for anyone who is waiting for the state of play announcement. Yeah, that's the most egregious thing. Jimmy Kimmel didn't even say anything like crazy. Like it wasn't like he was acting like the people on Blue Sky. Like Jimmy wasn't. He didn't go down that route. Like I thought he said when I first heard his show got taken off, I thought he said something insane, and then I listened to the clip. I'm like, no way. like nah. A Marvel versus DC video game. I don't think that's ever happening, unless somebody ends up buying both Marvel and DC. If Wolverine dies in a dream, would the body? That's actually a great question. Can Wolverine die in a dream? I think theoretically yes. Because the way to permanently put down Wolverine is to be able to overwhelm his healing factor. So you'd have to like basically vaporize him in most comic versions of Wolverine. Or like, completely, erase like everything. Nothing but skeleton left. But if you just take him out in a dream, his body is technically still functional. His body is technically still intact. So his healing factor should kick back in and wake him back up. I think theoretically he should come back. Could Disney buy Warner Bros? Funny thing, I heard Paramount was Paramount Skydance. They actually just merged Skydance and Paramount. I heard they were considering buying Warner Bros. I don't know if Disney has the capital, but I heard that they were kicking the tires on a full purchase of Warner Bros. All their assets, the DC, their cable, everything. I don't know if regulators will let that slide though. I know Warner Bros. Would definitely take that out though. Is Control 2 a telekinesis game? Control 2 is still in development. It has not been canceled. Yeah, The Firebreak game didn't do as well as Remedy were hoping for. So their next big game is going to be Control 2. Yeah, I don't the Sony rumor, I don't buy it all. Sony doesn't have the money. I don't think Sony has nearly enough capital for a full purchase of Warner Bros. Sony can put together, I think, a purchase for like one of their assets. Maybe if they want to buy a studio out from under them. Sony does not have the money to buy all of Warner Brothers. They just don't. They would need to definitely pair with another company to pull it off. Like, consider like buying Bungie was like a big deal for them, and that was what, like $3 billion. And so far, they've probably lost money on that deal so far. They're going to need a lot more than that to buy Warner Bros. Outright. Because remember, Warner Bros. Also has debt. I think it's currently $40 billion worth of debt they're on the hook for. You need deep pockets if you're trying to buy Warner Bros. Because they're not going to accept a sale if it doesn't cover the debt. That's like a non-starter. So at a minimum, you're gonna need 40, 50 billion. And I can't imagine the Trade Commission letting some of this slide. They've let some stuff go. Like they gave Microsoft a hard time with Activision Blizzard acquisition. All of Warner Bros. Going to like Paramount, they might be like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's a good point. Like them selling Warner Bros. Getting bought out could mess with the DCU potentially. We don't know quite yet. But I heard it was like floated around as a possibility that James Gunn could be and it depends on who buy it. Like if they have faith in the DCU, like, which I think they probably have some, because they've made some good progress since James Gunn got there. You know, they've restructured the game division. Superman was profitable for them. You know, there's general excitement. I don't think someone would buy them and then try to just start over from scratch. All right, it's about to be 4:00, so getting my refresh ready on the PlayStation page. Keep refreshing. Still nothing. Sony's net worth is 200 billion. Here's the thing. Net worth is not something that allows you to buy something. Like, net worth is basically an estimation of how much potential money you might be worth based on a combination of publicly available and known assets, market conditions, and sentiment. It's not how much you have in like real actual terms that matter, basically. If you're looking at the ability to buy, for example, for a company to buy another company, their net worth is pretty much irrelevant. You have to look at what's their annual revenue, what's their profit. So the amount of money they have after expenses, and you have to look at their debt profile as well. Not liquid, exactly. Yeah, Sony may have a high net worth, but they don't literally have $200 billion sitting in their bank. Like, that's not how it works. Their actual operational income is not $200 billion. So you have to take that into consideration. Now, Microsoft has enough money to like buy Warner Bros. Like, just compare. I think I've done this comparison before between them. But put it in perspective, Microsoft's 2024 revenue was $245 billion. All right, what was Sony's? Okay, so Microsoft's revenue, we're not talking about profit, revenue last year was it 245 billion. Sony's was 88 billion. Warner Bros, their debt, just their debt as of June 2025, Warner Bros owes $34 billion. So right off the bat, if they were even going to entertain a sale of Warner Bros, Sony is looking at bare minimum baseline. They have to cover 40% of their annual revenue. And again, that's revenue. That's not expenses. That doesn't factor in expenses. That's so that we don't know their profit. That's not their profit number. That's just the money the whole company, all the divisions generated. All of them. And 34 billion would just pretty much cover the debt of Warner Bros. So the math just doesn't math, unfortunately, for Sony. Without help from someone with like Microsoft, they could not. Microsoft could swing it. Yeah, if Microsoft generates 245 billion in revenue, it would be much easier for them to swing a deal to buy Warner Bros. 88 billion? Nah. If that's your revenue, you're not in the conversation. We're waiting for the announcement. The announcement is supposed to be today or tomorrow. Since I think it's on the 24th of September. I think that's when the actual show is. And they always announce them like a day or two before. Reset. All right, so Sony didn't post anything at 4. So I'll wait until 5. And if Sony doesn't have a new announcement then, I'll assume it's not happening until tomorrow, and it'll probably be tomorrow morning. You could clip this stream and have some videos to post. Yeah. I want one of the reasons I wanted to stream more is that I wanted to be able to take clips. That's pretty much what one of my alternate channels is for. Sadot the Gamer Live. That whole channel is basically just segments taken from my live streams. I might be able to take something from here. If they make a Superman game, you're buying all the mods. A copy. All the mods? I'm gonna make Travis pay for his. I'll buy one for Bruno. I'll buy one for Gabe. I'll make Travis buy his own, since you're always putting smut on Superman's name. Is One Punch Man back next month? Ugh. Did they get a good studio this time? Yeah. Well, I guess you're not playing the game then. That's I invited it for you. Easewood. Yeah, Easewood. I'm not going to name every damn mod. But there, yeah, all the trash. Travis, just admit that you love Superman. Stop being such a tsundere. Just admit you love the Man of Steel. You want him to pick you up in his arms and fly you to the fortress. He has a better team this time. Let me see who's doing season 3. It's JC Staff again. Like they just ruined season 2. Oh no, here, boy. I can't be excited now. Wait, did they actually do the Konosuba movie? How did they do the Konosuba movie and also One Punch Man season 2? How's that possible? What were they just half-assing? That makes me even madder. Actually, I was already mad that they ruined One Punch Man season 2. But the fact that I know JC Staff can do so much better and that they chose not to with One Punch Man makes me even madder. Because the Konosuba movie is actually really good and very well animated. No, it hasn't been announced yet. We're still waiting. I'm actually annoyed. I wish they had the original season 1 team. That was peak. That was peak One Punch Man. That's sad, man. I have no faith in it. Travis, I will happily buy you the Superman game when you admit that you actually love Superman. So I told everyone basically all the insiders are saying the state of play is this week, and last year it happened. There was a state of play the same time. It happened on the 24th. So I assumed it was going to be on the 24th. So, which means that the announcement for it was going to be either on Monday, today, or Tuesday, tomorrow. So rather than just checking my phone throughout the day, I said I can just refresh Twitter during a live stream with everyone else who's waiting for the announcement. And so even if there's not, so if they don't make the announcement today, still a good hangout. I won't go live tomorrow because if they do announce it tomorrow, it's most likely going to be like early in the morning, and I'm just going to make my video instead. People are so weird when it comes to Wolverine and Insomniac in general. Jesus Christ. Still waiting. Did you like an Injustice Superman account? No, that's not Superman. All the people for season 1 were freelancers. They shouldn't have been after season 1. They should have all been hired, or someone should have been like, "Hey, let's form a studio using all of these obviously incredibly talented people." Appreciate you, Dayron. Injustice Superman is not real Superman. It's edgelord. I find it actually hilarious that Travis is always trying to talk trash about Jujutsu Kaisen, calling it an edgelord anime, when there is nothing more edgelord than Injustice Superman. Injustice Superman is pure. The whole Injustice timeline is pure edgelord fantasy. Yeah, what if I took the law in my own hands, man? Yeah, I have superpowers. What if I didn't have responsibility with my great power? Yeah. Truth, justice, in my fist. Yeah, I'm edgy. Who needs prisons and due process? I'm just gonna heat vision my enemies because I'm edgy. Get out of here, bro. You have no room to talk about edgelords when you like injustice. Get out of here. Edgelord Superman has a personality. Regular Superman has a personality. Being an edgelord is not a personality. Superman, not just being a fascist, is much more interesting to me. like he's got an interesting character. Like we're examining, someone who has godlike power, who's balancing that responsibility, trying to do good, trying to avoid, you know, giving into those instincts and temptations to not only fit in but also be a protector of the world, rather than, yeah, forget about that, let's just break stuff, I'm Superman. Boring. What's up, OG? Chilling. We're just refreshing Twitter and yapping about the news. I think if Venom is coming out 2027, it should be out. It should be revealed next year, or even the Game Awards. You don't believe in do good just for good? Same reason I hate Goku. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. Goku doesn't do good just to do good. That's actually the fundamental difference between Goku and Superman. Superman is a hero. Goku is a fighter. Superman does good because he was raised by his parents to do the right thing and help people and make the world a better place. Goku does good while in the process of seeking stronger and stronger fighters to challenge himself. He's not purely motivated to do good. He wants to protect, obviously, his environments, what makes him comfortable, his family, all the good food, mostly, the training facilities, his friends, obviously, he cares about them. But he's not a hero. Like, Gohan is a hero. Like, he went out, even though he, you know, didn't train as much, he still went out as Great Saiyaman to do good. Krillin became a police officer. Like, they're actual heroes. Goku doesn't care. He just cares about fighting and getting stronger. So if there's not a strong enemy for him to fight, he's not interested in doing good. He's just going to be training or eating. Whereas Superman is constantly going around and patrolling and monitoring and helping people because he's a true hero. Goku is not a hero. That is the inherent difference between the two characters. You might change your name to Goku the villain. That's just a fact. It takes Goku. I'll take Superman over Goku any day in practical terms. Of if I want a hero protecting my planet, I'm choosing Superman 10 times out of 10. It's not even a conversation. like what are we talking about? Like, in terms of who you prefer as a character, yeah, that goes, you know, to personal preference. But if we're talking about who I want as a hero protecting my planet, I don't want Goku anywhere near my planet. I don't want him anywhere near my solar system. Give me Superman. I don't want Goku anywhere near where I'm living, bro. It's gonna be chaos. Criminals are just gonna be running around doing whatever they want until somebody strong enough to get Goku's attention pops up, and then he'll run over, create, you know, billions of dollars in property damage, and then peace out and go eat some food. Like, no, he's not a hero. Actually, he's kind of terrible. like he's not even a good dad. Like, now Piccolo, yeah, I consider Piccolo as a protector. Even Gohan to some degree. More recent Gohan, now that he actually wants to fight now. Yeah, Goku definitely improved his fatherhood over the course of Super, but yeah, it was bad at the beginning. They're like Superman because you feel like it's too easy to. Nah, I always like Superman, but I preferred X-Men. You know, those stories, but I do enjoy Superman. Superman or Goku. I mean, it once again depends on the version of the character. The problem is that there's pretty much one version of Goku, and there's like 100 versions of Superman. And if we pick, if we pick the strongest version of Superman to fight the strongest version of Goku, Goku would get absolutely dog walked because that's the issue of Superman. Superman has had many different writers with very different interpretations. Some have Superman more grounded. Some have him literally sneezing away solar systems. Like it, it depends. Like depending on which version you're getting, Goku either stomps Superman or gets absolutely destroyed in like 1 second. There's like no way to have like a it's hard to you'd have to find a version of both characters that are relatively even in power. Like, I don't know, maybe Rebirth Superman. No, not even that. That got crazy. I don't know. I don't know, maybe Man of Steel Superman versus Dragon Ball Saga Goku. I don't know. Like it's weird. Like it's hard to find the right the right combination that would make it a fair fight. You watched Superman last night. It was called Red Sun. God, of course you watch Communist Superman. Yeah, still, of course. I like Henry Cavill. I think Hornswet did a perfect job as Superman and Clark. I think Cavill was a great Superman, mid Clark Kent. I think Hornswet was a perfect Superman and Clark Kent. And I think James Gunn just fundamentally understands the character of Superman better than Zack Snyder did. That's why I think it was just a better movie too. Superboy Prime. Superboy Prime is like literally one of like a handful of the strongest versions of Superman to ever exist. It's basically like, if you're ranking them, it's basically like what pre-crisis Superman, Superboy Prime, no, Superman 1,000,000, Superboy Prime, and like Thought Robot Superman. Those are like the strongest versions, I think, of the character to ever exist. Yeah, Tom Welling Superman is basically like standard, like post-crisis Superman level by the end of the series. You have one corn. Is it going to be a weird question about Corn Sweat? Superman had a fighting game. Probably would have liked him more. Nah. That's why I can't wait for Undefeated Genesis to drop, to once again remind people of how much the world needs a Superman game. Goku gave a sense of being a Cell. Great point. Not a hero. He's a warrior, driven purely by combat and increasing his power for greater challenges. You got 5 minutes to explain why Titans was better than any live action Superman. I don't agree. What? I mean, Titans was okay. I thought it was solid. I don't think it was better than. Definitely don't think it was better than Smallville. I don't think it was better than Superman and Lois. I don't think it was. I guess it was better than Batman v Superman. Like, let me refresh my PlayStation. It's almost 4:30. They usually do at the top of the hour though. All right, nothing new yet. Smallville, you enjoyed? You better. Yeah, they'll probably announce it. I'll wait a little bit longer, but they'll probably announce the state of play if they're announcing it tomorrow. Yeah, my assumption was that it'll be on the 24th, like it was last year. So that means if not today, probably tomorrow morning. Like 10 a.m. 10, 11 a.m. Travis is a weird guy. Yeah, he says he hates Superman, but he wants me to buy him a Superman game when it comes out. And he says he likes Injustice and Smallville. I think he's a tsundere. I think he actually loves Superman. I think he doesn't like certain adaptations of Superman, but I think he loves the character and he just doesn't want to admit it. Subhedge, state of play is not today. We're hoping for the announcement today. I'll wait another 30 minutes or so. But if not today, I'm expecting it tomorrow morning, since I think the state of play is going to be on the 24th. Why do these game companies not remaster games that they were? So remastering has become a little more popular in recent years. At first, people just assumed people wanted new games, but then companies saw the potential because fans were actually calling for remasters of older games, and it's significantly cheaper to remaster an older game than make a new one, especially when you consider the risk of trying to make a new IP. If you just remaster a game that people already liked before and are asking for, then it's a much safer investment. So that's why we're seeing more remasters. I don't think every game you want is going to get remastered, because that they also have to factor in, because it's not zero money to remaster. So they have to prioritize, okay, who's going to who are we getting to remaster it? What games should we prioritize? Because there's a lot of games that could be remastered, but not all those games are going to do well if they are remastered. So they have to look at, okay, what does a large enough amount of people that are going to be potential customers want in terms of remasters? So you may want a particular game to be remastered, but it might not have been very popular. Like if a game, for example, didn't sell well originally, very low chance it gets a remaster. So remasters are kind of just limited to games that already did pretty well, or that enough people, are requesting. Remaster Avengers. Avengers needs a lot more than a remaster. Avengers needs a remake. Yeah, and again, it's going to come down to preference. Like they're looking at it like a business decision. They're like, okay, we can remaster these games, but we're not going to remaster a game unless we think it's going to like make the number on the graph go up. Like remember, a lot of these decisions are coming from executives who aren't like hardcore gamers. They're like business people. They're looking at the numbers. Like, okay, how much did this game sell originally? Okay, what are the impressions? What's the traffic looking like right now? How much demand is there for this game to come back? Doesn't matter if it was, fun or not. Like if it's not something a lot of people are interested in, they're not going to bother with the remaster. Avengers remake, but with the X-Men. Never got to play the Avengers game? Tough. Now, I'm definitely looking forward to that new Avengers game. I hope it doesn't get canceled. I gotta follow up with Miller at some point to see if he hears anything new. But I'm very curious about that new Avengers project. I'm so curious. I want to know who's making. I want to know, first off, I want to know who's making it. What absolutely based studio wants to do a new Avengers game? Yeah, Prototype I think is definitely well, a leaker said is getting it. That seems pretty reliable. Says that it's getting a reboot and a remaster potentially, and that makes sense because those games were popular at the time, and it still gets talked about a lot. Like a lot of people still talk about Prototype to this day, so that would make sense. Ultimate Alliance over MMO. Isn't Ultimate Alliance literally an MMO? The new Adventure game? Yeah, I covered it a while ago on the channel. The original rumor came from Daniel RPK. He's a really big insider who usually talks about movie, TV scoops. He gives like leaks about stuff like that, usually Marvel, DC related, but general movie entertainment stuff. But occasionally he'll have a scoop about a video game, and this one just so happened to be about an Avengers game in development, separate from the Square Enix one and Crystal Dynamics one. And that was obviously very interesting to me as someone who covered Avengers to start. So then I asked Miller, who is the best and most reliable insider that I know personally and can vouch for, and he heard some potential stuff about it as well. So hearing it from both Daniel RPK and Miller makes me pretty much convinces me that it's definitely a thing that's happening. Obviously it could get canceled. It might never see the light of day, but it's very much something that seems to be in the works at very early on, but definitely in the works. I mean, you're not getting Guardians 2. Thank the Embracer Group. You're not getting that. Yeah, Eidos Montreal fortunately had to lay off staff and cancel their new Deus Ex game. Did I play the Guardians of the Galaxy game? I streamed the entire game from beginning to end on the channel. And I streamed most of it before. I streamed a good part of it before it even came out. I think I streamed like the first couple missions before it came out, and then obviously I couldn't stop playing, so I just streamed the entire game. Embracer will kill the things you love. Actually true. We need a good online multiplayer Marvel game, period. Elements of Avengers, Ultimate Alliance, even X-Men Legends. Exactly. That is exactly what we need. And I think Marvel Rivals could like literally do all of that. Like they have a good infrastructure. Like instead of making all these weird game modes like Clone Rumble, they should literally just put an Ultimate Alliance type of thing in the game. Because like when they did the Ultron Battle Matrix, like I didn't touch the 6v6 side of the game for like weeks. If they made like a Marvel Heroes mode or Ultimate Alliance mode or just like a general PvE story mode, like they would get so many new players. Yeah, I don't think a single player Avengers game would be interesting. Yeah, the multiplayer wasn't the problem with Avengers. The problem was the execution. Like it was built in the wrong engine. They tried to make it a looter when it didn't have to, especially since that wasn't their expertise. Like, yeah, like I feel like an Avengers game should be co-op at the very least. That's why I thought it was weird that Rise of Hydra was going to be single player and have 4 playable characters, but only 2 of them were actual superheroes. I'm like, at that point, just make it Black Panther and Captain America by themselves, and maybe have like 1 level or 2 with like another character. But we'll say like, but for Avengers, yeah, one of the best parts of Avengers was the fact that you could play it with your friends. I don't think if you're going to take any lesson away from Avengers, it should not be that multiplayer wasn't the way. Multiplayer was the way. It just making a looter shooter was not the choice. I mean, Unreal has its problems, but for the type of game they were making, Unreal Engine would have been a lot better than the Foundation engine, because and that turned out to be true, because the game Crystal Dynamics went to after Avengers was Tomb Raider, and they abandoned their Foundation engine and went right to Unreal Engine 5. I know PC players hate Unreal Engine, but I play on PlayStation, so I don't have that problem. And I think Avengers would have been a much better game if it had been built in Unreal Engine. You want a Hawkeye game by Guerrilla? We need a Green Arrow game. That's what we need. Green Arrow should have been gotten his own game. If Insomniac can make a multiplayer game with the entire Marvel roster, a little co-op, I wouldn't be mad at that. Co-op X-Men game would be pretty lit. This was the first time you played a game online with anyone. It was with me. Good times. Tom Hardy Venom gameplay. If they do drop the Venom game, they're probably gonna have that Tom Hardy suit. That Tom Hardy Venom symbiote outfit. Which is basically the regular just Venom symbiote, but without the spider. It's got like the white squiggly stuff all over instead. Pause. Real Hope Spider-Man 3 has co-op. I think that's the next evolution, because we know from job postings Insomniac is hiring for a multiplayer project. And my theory is that it's for Spider-Man 3. Because it felt like Spider-Man 2 was designed as a template for like a multiplayer game. It felt very much like a multiplayer game in a lot of ways. And we know they had interest in it because, you know, the leaked trailer for The Great Web came out. So we know they were planning a full-on multiplayer game with Spider-Man. So I think logically, they're going to just move their multiplayer plans over to Spider-Man 3. Especially if you're adding a third spider hero. I feel like they're at the very least going to implement some kind of co-op. I think that just makes the most sense to me. Because you already had, you know, the AI, but, you know, swinging around independently. You could swap, obviously, any time between Miles and Peter. That was cool, but they would also, like, join you in random crimes, and Wraith would join you as well. And, you know, early on, Harry would. You know, and it very much felt like a kind of a co-op game, you know, because you could find other heroes out and about in the city fighting crime too, and you can join them and they would help you, and you have team fights and team takedowns and stuff. I feel like that was, they were just kind of doing a roadmap for how they could do a co-op in a open world game. I think Spider-Man 3 is going to have multiplayer. I think it's going to be co-op. Let me have a Marvel Universe game. Funny you should say that. It got canceled. The same people behind DC Universe Online were gonna make basically that, but Marvel. And unfortunately, things did not go well. Whoever they got to design the characters did not cook at all. And fortunately, people put a stop to it before it got too far. The main guy left the project, and then the whole thing just got shut down. But it was really bad. It was some of the worst character designing I've ever seen. Honestly, shocking, legitimately, that it got that far, that someone hired that person. Hold on. I think the images are still online of what the Marvel MMO would have looked like. The DC Universe Online Marvel. Legitimately nightmare inducing how bad it was. Let me just add it into OBS. Yeah, here it is. This was this was going to be what the Marvel MMO looked like in the style of DC Universe Online. That's what the designer came up with. Get off the train. That's what I said. Yeah, it was bad. It reminded me of there was I think, was it a Pixar movie? No, that Will Smith Bird movie. What was that? Spies in Disguise. It was literally the exact same style as that really cheesy animated Will Smith movie, Birds and Spies in Disguise. Tell me that's not the exact same character design. Even the really skinny legs, same head shape. It's literally the same. It's literally the same design. As the Spies of the Sky Wilson movie. It's the exact same style. Yeah, it is bad. So, needless to say, well, I had to live with that. Now you have to as well. So needless to say, that Marvel MMO got canceled not long after those designs were turned in. And they got, of course, released to the internet after the project was canceled. And and fans were similarly confused, outraged, disgusted, horrified at what they were looking at, and they couldn't understand how something like that happens. I know art is subjective, but that's objectively trash. For a Marvel game, no. Like, and this is insane, especially when you look at like how much they cooked on Marvel Rivals with those character designs. Like, I understand like how you hire for a Marvel MMO and you don't understand that a huge part of the MMO, of any successful MMO, is the character designs. You'll read Superman Birthright, but if you don't like it, you gotta buy your game. I'm not buying you anything until you admit you love Superman. Exactly. A spiritual successor to Marvel Heroes, I think, would be great. You know, maybe something that combines Marvel Heroes with Ultimate Alliance. With visuals similar to Marvel Rivals. Maybe you don't have to go that exact, like, you don't have to exactly copy, but it should definitely be something that complements the comics. Travis thinks that Santa. Thanks Gabe is Santa too. Have you played any of the Marvel mobile games? Nah. I was going to try Marvel Snap, and I heard it's still good, but I was going to try Marvel Snap around the same time it had first got announced, and people were talking about it, and then they had like this really big monetization controversy, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I've dealt with enough pay to win slop. I'm not touching that. So I never ended up playing it. I'm not a big mobile guy in general. The only mobile game that I really played a lot was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Only Marvel games I really played were on like console. You'll never love DC? Tough. Yeah, I'm definitely not trying Marvel Strike Force. Simpsons Hit and Run 2 getting revealed to State of Play. Swear you're not coping. I mean, who makes that? The publisher. The publisher of the Vendor game said no to a deal that would have provided Radical Entertainment with the rights and all Simpsons elements for 3 sequels at no cost, despite the first game being a commercial critical success. Oh, so it's just not happening. Oh, it's just never happening. Okay. oh. Well, there you go. The publisher killed any chance of a sequel. There you go. No Simpsons Hit and Run. You've never seen any streams? Yeah, every once in a while we do like a waiting room stream, but yeah, this is like an annual thing. Every time Jeff Grubb says that there's a PlayStation event happening, it happens. So I usually just will prepare a video, but sometimes I'll just hang out and do a live stream, like waiting for the announcement. But usually I just hang out and wait for the video to actually go up. maybe I'll do like a stream preview of what to expect. But yeah, it always happens. So it's just a matter of, do they announce it today or do they announce it tomorrow? Pretty much, because I'm assuming it's on the 24th. And that's when it's only Jeff Grubb. Like Jeff Grubb, Insider Gaming, and Nate the Hate all said that there's a state of play this week. So I'm just waiting for the official announcements from Sony. Yeah, Dead Space 2 remake could happen one day for sure. Someone might pick up the IP. EA just shut down the plans for one because the first remake didn't make enough money. That one at least could happen in the future. Like it's something someone could revisit. But yeah, EA was like, nah, we didn't like the return on this one. So they scrapped it. Never say never. Some things are possible if you just believe hard enough. It's a matter of time, like especially when it comes to like gaming adaptations. Like studio could just license it out to somebody who wants to make one. Eventually the copyright is going to expire and then it's just going to be open domain. Public domain. So anyone can make it. You know, it's just a matter of time. I think Jack Nicholson said it best. Someone tell me what kind of world we live in where a man versus the bat gets all the games. I mean, it makes sense that he gets a lot of games because he's DC's most popular character, but it was just so dumb that they didn't capitalize on any of the other characters. That was the main problem with the WB game division. Like they had an idiot in charge who wasn't taking advantage of it. Like, because it wasn't like Batman was the only thing that was selling. Like DC Universe Online was a massive success. They should have capitalized on it. Like at the Wolf Among Us, very successful. They could have done more like it. Like at the time, the Arrowverse, huge success. Like people love Arrow. That was your chance to make a Green Arrow game. Didn't take it. The Arrowverse expanded to include the Flash. Another huge success. Didn't do it. Could have had a Flash game. Literally canceled the Flash game. Like they had many chances they could have done Superman games during this time. Like you had when Superman was popular. Superman was just always generally popular, but you had Smallville on. You had Superman and Lois. No point did they make a Superman game. like it's actually crazy. They had all these DC characters that were getting popular and having shows, and none of them got game adaptations. It made no sense. Saw the first Batman in the theater. Yeah, Travis is the old man. He was there from the beginning. I saw the first Batman on video in my house. Ben 10 should be a DC character. That would be interesting to incorporate him in the DC universe. Got 50 Batman games on one Superman. Well, technically we have like a bunch of Superman games, but they were like super early on in like the 90s and stuff. But we haven't had a Superman game since Superman Returns on the 360. Say I play Thursday. I'm thinking it's going to be the 24th again. I think they're just going to do 2 years in a row, 24th. But we'll see. 4 more minutes. I'll do my final refresh of PlayStation's Twitter account. And if they announce state of play, we'll check it out. I'll make a quick video recapping everything. If not, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. The announcement will probably be pretty early. So make sure your notifications are on. Anyone been on Skate? I have not. I heard it's decently popular so far. The only thing I've seen so far of Skate are the glitches. Like people figure out the fastest way to get around the map in Skate is to do this glitch where you're just rolling your character across the ground instead of actually skating. That looks very funny. Michelle Pfeiffer was the best Catwoman ever. Yeah, I'd say valid. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman was iconic. I wanted to love Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman. But yeah, it wasn't it. It wasn't it. Not as good as Michelle's. It's free and kind of looks like Tony Hawk. I think I'd rather just play Tony Hawk. Most underrated superhero game is Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and it's not even close. Unlike how, so Halle Berry, I think objectively was the best looking Catwoman. But yeah, that movie was absolute dog water. But cannot deny how good she looked in that suit. No one comes close. That was prime Halle Berry. That movie's so bad they should have watched it. I actually watched that movie for the plot, of course. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Even by like, and that was like a time where a lot of superhero movies were bad. Still, even for that time, it was pretty bad. Take Eartha Kitt. Ooh, I know you're old as hell, but valid. I've seen old pictures of Eartha Kitt. But that is definitely a Unk answer. Maybe actually that might be Grandpa answer. Eartha Kitt. Holy. I thought you were going. Usually I hear like Pam Grier. If an Unk is talking about like a just iconic woman. But Eartha Kitt, that's a throwback. Yeah, no, most of the chat is gonna have no idea who that is. That's an actual throwback. Eartha Kitt, holy, hold up. Let me do some science research for the chat. Yeah, she played Catwoman. I mean, she's definitely not as hot as Halle Berry Catwoman. Like, it's not even close. This is what Eartha Kitt looked like back in the day. Literally black and white. This is before a picture. Just know that if someone brings up Eartha Kitt, they're a grandpa. That's like deep cut. Eartha Kitt Catwoman, that's a deep cut. Shout out to the legend though. Salute the legend. Earthquake hit. Helped get a lot of young men through puberty back during the war. All right, just refresh the PlayStation page. Looks like nothing new. They haven't posted anything since that Evo warm-up thing. And Silent Hill F. Ain't that old? You old, bro. You old. Nah, you bring up Eartha Kitt, you old. All right, so it doesn't look like the state of play is getting announced today. I mean, I'm not going to wait around till 6. I feel like it's most likely going to be early, but I'll still check my phone, but I don't need to be on stream for that. Makes you look young, true. So, most likely state of play is going to get announced tomorrow morning. And they'll say it's going to be Wednesday, the 24th at 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern. I should have my video up within an hour of the official announcement. And, you know, I'll just do a quick recap of all the information, tell you all the official times, what games to expect. And if there's any like new leaks or anything, I'll include that in the video. And then there might be a Marvel Rivals video dropping as well later that day. But on Wednesday, we're going to start off streaming the Capcom showcase. They're doing Tokyo Game Show early in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. We streamed the Capcom showcase at the Tokyo Game Show last year. A lot of y'all enjoyed that. They're going to be showing a lot of upcoming games. Pragmata, Omnimusha, Resident Evil Requiem. I'm hearing Leon Kennedy is going to get finally shown off at the Capcom showcase. So if you're interested in what Capcom has coming up, definitely going to want to tap in for that. And then later on in the day, assuming that's when the state of play is, we'll stream that as well. As usual, we'll go live a little early, do a preview, because there's usually leaks before the show happens, so we'll find out all the latest stuff, do a preview, and then we'll watch the actual show. And hopefully it's exactly what we want. New Wolverine trailer, and ideally it's probably going to be a gameplay trailer if it is a new trailer, with the release window confirming 2026. And we'll react and hopefully freak out together. So catch y'all later. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the notifications this week, because it's probably going to be pretty busy. Make sure if you just want to support the channel even more or stay locked in for any of the exclusive content I post, join the Patreon. Link is in the description of the stream. You can go over there right now. You can join for free just to keep track of my updates. You can join for $1, get access to a lot of the perks, the private Discord. We always post my thumbnails and different assets from my videos, like the leaked gameplay and screenshots from Rise of Hydra. You can find that on there. Otherwise, appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. I'm Sadot the Gamer signing out. See y'all tomorrow.